Hello everyone. We'll start with questions which have been asked in construction planning and management in the morning session as well as your afternoon session. First, the morning session, simple 3 questions have been asked. So, the first question says, the direct and the indirect cost estimated by a contractor for bidding a project is 1,60,000 and 20,000 respectively. So, your direct cost is 1,60,000 and indirect cost is 20,000. Next, the person says, if the markup applied is 10% of the bid price, this becomes very important. Okay, so most of the students will be going wrong here only. Okay, 10% of the bid price. Okay, not the cost. The quoted price of the contractor is, see, the quoted price. Whenever bidding or tendering is happening for selecting a contractor for a project, that time the quote or the bid for the project will be the contractor saying that I will do the project for this much price or cost. Clear? So this is quoted price, which is nothing but your bid price only. Okay. So we'll write the data first. After that, we'll try to solve it. First one. Okay. First, direct cost. Direct cost is how much? 1,60,000. 1,60,000 it is given to us. Okay. Indirect cost. Indirect cost is how much? 20,000. Clear? Now, the markup. The markup is given to us as 10% of bid price. Clear? And what is markup? Basically, generally people have a tendency or students have the tendency that markup is the profit. It is not only the profit plus contingency cost. Basically, if in the project in the later stage some earthquake happens or unforeseen circumstances, because of unforeseen circumstances you will be getting some damage. For that you have to put in some money beforehand. Okay, before the start of the project you will be putting that this much, some amount of money. So this will be profit plus contingency or risk allowance. Okay, so all that is different, but yeah, question says like this. Now we know bid price, whatever you are quoting that this much price I will do the project, that is bid price, that will be equal to direct cost plus indirect cost, okay, plus your markup. Clear? Now you simply enter the values and you will get your answer. So bid price is how much? Let's say as of now I am entering these two only, direct cost plus indirect cost. Okay, indirect cost. Now markup. Markup is what? 10%. 10% means 10 divided by 100 into bid price. Clear? Now this is bid price, this is bid price. Get it to left hand side. Okay. So your value will be how much? 0.9. 0.9 bid price will be equal to, when you get it here, it will be 90 divided by 100. So 0.9. So direct cost plus indirect cost. Clear? Now you can simply enter the values and get your bid price. So let's do it here. Bid price. Bid price is how much? Direct cost plus indirect cost. See, understand here, this 0.9 I am getting in the denominator. Okay, 0.9. Okay. Now enter the values. 1,60,000 plus 20,000. Okay, this combinedly you divided by 0.9. So this will give you how much? So this combinedly gives you 1,80,000. That you divide by 0.9, this will give you 2 lakhs. So answer will be 2 lakhs. Clear? So observe here. So we have an answer which is D. Clear? We'll move on to the next question. So next question. See, this is the question, and it might seem that very difficult, but actually it is not. And you read it carefully, you will be able to solve. Okay. Contractor X is developing his bidding strategy against contractor Y. The ratio of Y's bid price to X's cost for 30 previous bids in which the contractor X has competed against the contractor Y is given in the table. So this is the data of X contractor and Y contractor bidding, and the ratio which is given is Y's bid price and X's cost. Okay. Now the value is, this ratio is in the 30 bids, 30 previous bids, 6 times this has happened, 12 times this has happened. So like that data is given to you. Now we'll read the rest of the question. Based on the bidding behavior of contractor Y, the probability of winning against contractor Y at a markup of 8%. At a markup of 8%, what will be the probability of winning? Okay, the person is asked. So obviously 4 options are given. We'll start with the data. This data is there. This data is there. So this is obviously one ratio and weight of it is given. What is the frequency? Okay, so basically 30 bits is there. So we'll use the weighted average and find out the mean. Simple. So for that we'll write here. Okay, mean will be equal to how much? Let us say x1, and this is the weight of it is w1, x2 and w2. Like that you can enter the values. Now w1 plus w2, whatever is the weight that you can enter. So we'll enter the values. See, understand 1.02 is the ratio which is 6 times in 30. So we'll write 1.02 into 6 times. Okay, so this is 6 times this. Now we are entering 1.04 and 12. So we will be entering 1.04 into 12. Clear? We'll enter this. Now next value 1.06 has occurred 3 times. 1.06 has occurred 3 times. Now 1.10 is 6 times. 1.10 6 times, and in the numerator only I am continuing. Okay, so it is 1.12 3 times. 1.12 3 times this has occurred, and the denominator w1, w2, w3, when you add it, it will give you how much? 30 bits, because adding this is 30 only. So w1 plus w2, like that if you add, you will be getting 30. Clear? So I can simply write 30 here. Okay, so basically weighted average I have found out, and the value if you calculate will be 1.058. Okay, this will be the mean. Clear? Now there are long way and one is shorter way. Okay, we'll go with the shorter way because in exam, obviously in GATE, simple trick if you know, then you can solve the question. So understand here, if this is the, let us say, distribution. Okay, let's say this is the distribution of your data given in the table. Clear? And obviously let's say here you have 1.058. 1.058 is the value mean you have got. This is what mean? Basically Y's bid price and X's cost. Now when 8% markup is given, here how much is the markup? 5.8%. 5.8%. So when 5.8% is the mean and you are giving 8% your extra markup, okay, this will come obviously on right side of this. Okay, right side of this. Now we can say this mean divides the graph in 50-50%. Okay, 50% of the area. 50% of the area. Now it is on right side 1.08. Understand here carefully, when 8% markup is given, the X is quoting even 8% more. Okay, 8% quote is given, that time obviously probability of X winning will be less than Y. Okay, X winning, because on an average the Y will be quoting 5.8% extra only. Now X is quoting 8%. Obviously there is a tendency to lose. So only probability where X will be winning is this area only, this CO2 area, and this will be how much? Obviously this is 50%, so this will be less than 50% only, obviously greater than 0. Clear? So our option should be how much? More than 0 but less than 50. Clear? This should be our answer. Clear? Hello everyone, we'll start with this question. See, a small project has 12 activities. From N to Z, they have given the activities. The relationship among these activities and the duration of these are given in the table. So basically, these are the activities, durations, and the dependency also is given. Completion of table is here, and the total float of the activity V is asked. Okay, and obviously in weeks. Now, this also is given in weeks. Understand? This also is given in weeks. So first we'll make the network. After that, we'll try to solve what will be the value. Clear? So understand. Initially, it is starting with N activity. The activity name is N. So we'll try to make it. See, the start of the project. Okay, some event. Then you have an activity N. Okay, what is the duration of it? Duration is 2 days. So 2 days you will write here. Clear? After this, N on N, completion of both N, you will be getting P and Q. So P and Q. So P and Q. Okay. Q. What is the duration? What is the duration? 5 and 3. So 5 and 3. Clear? Now we'll start with the next one. Completion of P will give you R. Completion of P, you will get your R. Okay, R activity you will get. How much is the duration? 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 weeks. Clear? Now next one. Completion of Q will give you S. Completion of Q will give you S. Completion of Q will give you S. Okay, this S activity, which is having a duration of 5 days. 5 days you are getting your value. Clear? Now, this is completed. We'll move on to the rest of the table. Completion of R will give you T. Completion of activity R will give you T. So R completion will gives you, this is the event, and this will give you T, which is of duration how much? 8 weeks. Clear? So this will be the value. Now R and S, U is dependent on R and S completion. So R is here, S is here. Okay. So let's say this is the starting of the value U, which is having a duration of 7 weeks, sorry. Okay. And this is dependent also on R. So you will have to get it like this. Okay. Dummy activity you will put and you will get it. Now, completion of U will give you V and W both. Okay. 2 and 3 are in the week's duration. So this completes and this will give you what? This will give you what? V and W. So this is V. Okay. V is having 2 days as weeks completion time, and this is W. Okay. 3 weeks. Clear? Now, X is dependent on T and V completion of both. T and V complete and give you X. T and V. T and V. So, what we'll do? Simply extend this. Okay. T and V, when they complete, they will give you an activity. Okay, an activity which is X. X, which is having a duration of 5 days, 5 weeks. Okay, so this is the activity. Clear? W finishes and then only Y can start. W finishes and Y can start. Y can start. Now, Y can start like this. Let us say Y starts like this. And the duration is how much? 1 day. 1 day is the duration. Clear? Now, final is X and Y completion, Z activity will start. So, we will write, okay, here Z activity will start. and this will be the finish of the project. Z activity is having a duration of 3 weeks. Clear? So this will finish the project. So this will be your basic network. Okay. Now we'll start calculating the time. Okay, earliest time and latest time. Okay, of the events. So understand here. Obviously, when nothing is given, you have to start by 0 only. So 0. Now completion of the nth activity. N activity, the name n, it finishes in 2 days. So 0 plus 2, 2 days. From here 2 plus 5. So it will be 7 days, 7 weeks. From 2, 3, you will be getting 5 weeks completion of Q. Okay. From here to here, you will get 7 plus 4, you will be getting 11 weeks to complete R. Now here, see, if you have to come here, there is one path and this is another path. So whichever is that, the highest one you have to take. So 11 and this is dummy, so 0. And here 5 plus 5 is 10. So this is giving you 11. So you will be writing here 11, the highest one. Okay. This path will give you 11 as the earliest finish time. Clear? As 11. Now from here, if you have to go, you can write it. Okay, here also both paths are there. So longest we have to choose. 11 plus 7, how much it is? 18. Okay, 18 plus 2 will give you 20. 11 plus 8 will be 19. So 19, 20 is greater. So from this path will be chosen 18 plus 2, which is giving you 20. Clear? Now it reaching here also, two paths are there. So whichever is highest you will take. 18 plus 3, you will get 21. 21 plus 1, 22. This is giving 25. So 25 will be the highest. You will choose that. 25 plus 3, only one path. So 28. Again, you will write that only. If project completion time is not given, reproduce that 28, then come back the latest times. Okay. Now when you subtract, you will be getting 25. Okay. From here you will be getting here, this is 1, so you will be, okay, I have not written here, this is 21 when earliest time, 18 plus 3, 21. So this is giving you 25 and this is 25 minus 1, 24. Okay, reaching here the value will be how much? 21. 24 minus 3, 21. Here you are getting 20. Here you are getting 20 only. 20 minus 2 will give you 18, and you have to take a least one. So 24 minus 3 is giving you 21. 20 minus 2 is giving you 18. Now in the exam, they have given us to find the float for V only. Now when you have got the earliest and the latest finish times and the start times also, then you can simply take that activity and plot it here. Okay, so let's write it here. See, this is the activity. Let this I will be the tail event and this is the head event of completion of V, which is having a duration of 2. So simply I have taken this activity, I have represented here. Okay, so earliest start time will be how much? I can write it as 18, which is I have taken from, see here, 18 only. Okay, earliest when the forward pass is going on. Okay, after that anyways I have written 20. Okay, earliest finish time, latest finish time is 20 again, and earliest finish time is also 18. And the project duration, obviously this activity duration is 2 weeks. What is the total float for this? So understand, total float, how much? Latest finish time of your head activity. Okay, so J you will write. Earliest start time of your tail activity, earliest of your tail activity minus the activity duration. So you will write what? 20. See, this is 20, this is 18, and minus 2, you will get what? 0. Or simpler ways, you need not write anything. Okay, you go in this direction. Okay, you go in this direction. Start from here, whatever comes in the path in diagonal way, you subtract it. 20, activity subtract 2, okay, subtract 18. 20 minus 2 minus 18, which is 0. Okay, that also will give you 0. And that only total float is asked. You can ask 0 as your answer and you will get your full marks. Hello everyone, we'll start with the afternoon session. Read this question carefully, okay? An equipment has been purchased at an initial cost of 1,60,000 and has an estimated salvage value of 10,000, okay? So, initial investment and your salvage value. The equipment has a estimated life of 5 years. The difference between the book value obtained at the end of 4th year using straight line method and sum of years digit method. Two methods, different methods you are using for finding out the book value at the end of 4th year, and the examiner is asking the difference between the book value by calculating by different methods, okay? So, we'll plot this value or data which is given to us. So, understand here, initially 0th year, your initial investment is how much? 1,60,000, okay? 1,60,000 is your initial investment. At the end of 5 years, which is the useful life, you will be left with 10,000. If you salvage it, you will be getting 10,000 rupees in your pocket. Clear? So, the book value at the end of 4th year has to be calculated, okay? Has to be calculated by different methods. So, we have straight line method and we have been asked sum of years digit method, okay? Years digit method, clear? In straight line method, what we do assume is that each year same level of depreciation is happening. In sum of years digit method, we assume that more depreciation is happening in the initial days and later it will be very less depreciation. So, understand straight line method. So, in this obviously 0th year and same depreciation is happening all the years, okay? Now, in sum of years digit method, what will happen is we assume that depreciation is happening like this. Initially, very high depreciation is happening. Why? This method is only used when your equipment fears obsolescence, that it will go out of fashion, okay? So, that time we will try to save more amount of money, which is initial depreciation, clear? So, sum of years digit method and straight line method, we will try to find the book value at the end of 4th year. Understand here, straight line method first we will solve, okay? Simple thing is we will use book value at the end of mth year formula, okay? Obviously, we will start with initial investment, whatever initial investment is there, and from 0 to 4, whatever depreciation has happened, if we are able to subtract, we will get our book value. So, this CI minus CS, okay, divided by N. Each year same value of depreciation will be this much. Now, we have to find 4th year, so we will write 4 here or mth year. Mth year general formula I am writing as of now. If we want to convert this BV4 book value at the end of 4th year, so you can simply write 1,60,000 minus how much? 1,60,000 minus 10,000 and divided by how much? N. N is how much? 5 years. Useful life is 0 to 5 years, okay? So, you multiply by 4 because you require book value at the end of 4th year. So, solve this value. So, understand 1,60,000 minus 10,000 will give you 1,50,000. Divide by 5, 30,000. 30,000 multiplied by 4, 1,20,000. So, simply minus 1,20,000. Okay. So, you will be getting what? Book value as 40,000. Okay, 40,000 by using only and only straight line method. Clear? We'll move on to sum of years digit method. Sum of years digit method. Okay. See, if you have attended the class, okay, that time you will be familiar with this formula. Okay, that book value at the end of mth year. Okay, if you are doing calculating by sum of years digit method, you need not go through the tedious method of finding depreciation in each year, then subtracting. No, Directly formula, okay. This is initial, obviously every time we'll start with the initial investment. We have to subtract the depreciated life, which is depreciated value, okay, that we will subtract sum of years, and we'll simply multiply m n minus m minus 1 divided by 2, okay. So this will be the formula for your sum of years digit method when you want to find book value at the end of m years. We'll put in the values. So let us say BV4 you want at the end of 4th year. Simply write here 60,000, okay. Now CI minus ES, 1,60,000 minus 10,000. So directly I am writing 1,50,000, okay. What is the sum of years? 5 plus 1 divided by 2, clear, and you multiply by this. How much it is? 4. M is 4 here, BVM at the end of 4th year. So 4 multiplied by 5, which is the useful life, subtracted by 4 minus 1 divided by 2. Simple, and solve this and you will get your answer. Book value at the end of 4th year using sum of years digit method. So simple thing is 20, okay. 4 minus 1, 3. 4 into 3 you will get 12, divided by 2, 6, okay. This will be 6. 20 minus 6 will 20 minus 6 you will get 14, okay. So we'll write that 1,60,000 subtracted by, see, 1,50,000, this is 5 into 6, 5 into 6 divided by 2, 15. So again you will be getting how much value? 15, okay. 1,50,000 divided by what value? 15. So you will get 10,000, okay. 10,000. 10,000 and you simply multiply by what? 14. So 20 minus this is 6, so you will get 14. So when you do that, you will be getting a value 60,000, 1,60,000 minus 1,40,000. So you will be getting 20,000. And in the exam, in the question, we have been asked the difference between these two, okay. Book value calculated by straight line method and your sum of years digit method. So simply, okay, book value subtract, okay, delta book value you can write as 40,000 minus your 20,000. So you will be getting an answer which is 20,000, okay. So you can see you can enter your value here 20,000, okay. So this will be the question in which session? Afternoon session. Next question, observe. See here, in case of bids, okay, in case of bids, 2 envelope system. In 2 envelope system, we will be submitting, the contractor will be submitting 2 envelopes to the client, okay. Different kind of envelopes. One will be having technical bid, another will be having the financial, okay, the financial bid. So the correct option, so understand, technical bid is opened first, okay, we'll think about it. Either of the 2 bids can be opened first. Financial bid is opened first and both are opened simultaneously. 4 options have been given to us. So understand, in 2 bid, you have your first one is technical bid, and you have financial bid, okay. So understand here, whenever the client wants to check that okay, this 2 bids have been submitted, not everybody's financial bid will be opened, okay. First everybody has to clear this technical bid, okay. Technically everything is sound, then only whoever is fit, that time only theirs the financial bid will be open. So this will be opened first to check who is eligible for doing that contract, okay, executing that project. After that, financial bid will be opened, and finally, depending on the criterias, we will be deciding your contractor who will be executing your project. Clear? Hello everyone, we'll see the third problem. The activity detail for a small project are given in the table. Okay, basically activity, the duration and the dependency of these activities are given to you. Completion of table is here. The total time in days they are asking you for project completion is. What is the project completion time? So first we have to draw the network based on the dependencies which they have given. Clear? So we'll start with this. See, obviously the first activity is A. So we'll write here. This is the initial event, or this is the initial event and this is the activity. So let us say A is the activity of how much time duration? 6 days. Okay, 6 days is the duration. Clear? Now dependencies we will see. A and A. From A, B and C both are dependent. Both are dependent. So we'll write simply what? Your B is dependent. Okay, and your C is also dependent on your A itself, A activity, completion of A activity. What is the duration of this? 10 and 14. So we'll write 10 and your 14. Okay, clear? Now see the dependencies. D is dependent on B. Okay, D activity is dependent on completion of B. So we'll write that this B completes, event happens, then your, let us say, a D which is having a duration of 8 days will complete. Okay, will complete. After this, dependent on C are two activities, E and F. Okay, of 12 and 8 duration, E and F. So let us say this is your E. Okay, 12 is the duration, this is one event, and then you will write F which is 8. Clear? F which is 8. Clear? Now next dependency, G, dependent on D and E, completion of D and E. Clear? So we'll write D and E, when they complete, you will be writing that D and E complete and you will get your what? G activity. Okay, so complete this, you will get your, this is the event, completion of these two, and you will get which activity? G activity. Okay, G, which is having a duration of 16 days. 16 days. Clear? Now obviously the completion of table, H is dependent on F and G. F and G both completion, after that H will start. Okay, H will start. So understand here, F and G. Where is F? Here. Okay, F and G. So you take it here. F and G complete and you will have an event and you will get an activity which is H. Okay, H activity you will get. H activity which is having a duration of 8 days. Clear? 8 days. And after that, K activity which is dependent on B. So K activity is dependent on B, this B. So you can write here this one. Okay, let us say this is K, and how much is the duration? 2 days. 2 days this will get finished. Now the last one, L is dependent on G and K. Now L is dependent on G and K. So obviously we have to provide a dummy. This will be the finishing of the G and K, and you will be getting an activity which is L. Okay, L, which is having a duration of 5 days. 5 days, and this will finish your project. Okay, this will finish your project. So simple network you can find. Okay, after this we have to find the longest path, because we have to find what? Your project duration, complete project duration. Simple, understand here. We will mark it with white. So understand 0. If nothing is given, obviously the project starts at 0th day. Now here it will be 6. Okay, 6th day this will get completed. After this, come here, let us say here it will be 20 days. It will take 6 plus 14, you will get 6 plus 10, you will get 16. Okay. If you have to reach here, the longest path will be this 20 plus 12, this will give you 32. Okay, 32, and you can go ahead with this also. So this is also an arrow, dummy activity. So yeah, so 16, 18, better than this. This will be the longest. 32 plus 16, this will give you how much? 48. Okay. Now 48, obviously this is also a lesser one. Duration will not be long. So 48 plus 8, this will give you how much? 48 plus 8, this will give you 56. So longest duration is time which you are getting in days is 56 days. So this will become your project duration in days, which is 56. Okay, so this will be the answer.